Tag, and I found out about this tag from Dee Dee of Brown Girl Reading when she answered the questions for this tag, and I will leave the link to that video in the description box below. So without further ado, let's get started. Question number 1. How did you hear about AuthorTube? Like I said, I heard about it from Dee Dee over at Brown Girl Reading. You should check out her channel. It was a great tag and I'm happy to be participating. Question number 2. What genres do you write in? I write in mainly fiction. Question number 3. What is your preferred tense to write in, your preferred point of view to write in, and your preferred genre of story? I prefer to write literary fiction, short story, usually in the first person present or in the third person past tense. Question number 4. Are you a plotter, pantster, or a planster? What kind of words are these? In any case, I'd say that I'm probably more of a pantster now. Just like I haven't done a lot of videos, I haven't been doing a lot of writing. I've been thinking about writing. I definitely haven't really been plotting, but I would say that I'm getting back into it. So I'm shifting and transitioning from pantster into planster. Question number 5. Self-published, published, or waiting to be published? I'm waiting to be published. I have a small chapbook out and some short stories of mine have been published, but I don't think that I have the momentum or the discipline yet to get myself over that hump into being published, but I'm excited about it, and when that happens, you will know. Question number 6. What printing and publishing company and or agent are you represented by? And if not, what printing or publishing company and or agent would you want to be represented by? It's probably sad that I know this, but I would love to be published by Grey Wolf Press, and I would love to be represented by the literary agency Trident Media. Trident Media represents Marlon James. They represented him for his book, The Book of Night Women, and for The Grief History of 7 Killings, both of which I loved. And yes, that is my dream literary agency, and Grey Wolf Press is my dream press. I just said a small prayer. Anyway, question number 7. What AuthorTube videos can we expect on your channel? I don't know that I have that many AuthorTube videos. I definitely can do some, but I will say that I do have one video that discusses literary journals and literary workshops, and you can expect more of that. I'm a very big reader. I love literary journals. I love discussing where literary work can be placed. If you want to see how I describe literary workshops as it relates to authors, I will leave the link to that video in the description box below. Question number 8. When did you start writing? I started writing in my late 20s/early 30s. So I've been writing for a couple of years now, maybe 5. Question 9. What was the first story that you ever wrote? The first serious story that I ever wrote was a story in my late 20s. It was literary fiction. The story's based in the Bahamas, and it's written in second person present tense, which is something that I did immediately when I started writing, but don't do anymore. And you know, I really like that story still. It's one of those stories that I can look at and know that I worked on it for a very long time, and so I don't have to cringe when reading it. Question number 10. What authors have inspired your writing the most? I would definitely say Pam Houston and Junot Diaz, and that is clearly reflected in the first story that I just mentioned. Both of those writers have second person perspective, either sections of their novel or second person perspective short stories in their collection of short stories, and I was very impressionistic. Both Pam Houston and Junot Diaz had a deep effect on me. Pam Houston because she reintroduced me to the literary world through short stories, and Junot Diaz because he made me realize that people from my region had voices that were just as complex as the voices that I had been reading in European literature. Question number 11. Do you schedule your writing time or simply get to writing whenever you have the time? Unfortunately, these days it is the latter. I will say though that I have scheduled my writing time in the past and that I am most productive when I schedule my writing time. Question number 12. Do you write on a typewriter, a computer? Do you write by longhand? And where do you write in general? Or do you do a mix of all of these things? I tend to write on my computer, and sometimes I actually will record my voice when I don't necessarily know where the story is going, but I might have the voice of a character in my head. Usually when I record, it's representative of a character in dialogue, and I don't have a specific place where I need to write. What are you most looking forward to now that you are a part of AuthorTube? I'm looking forward to the community. I have been a part of BookTube in and out for a little over a year now, and the thing that I love most about it, aside from the wonderful recommendations that I get on what to read, is the actual connections that I've made with booktubers. Hi Dee Dee. And I hope to get that same kind of community from the authors in AuthorTube. I also hope to get some good feedback on writing or where I can submit my writing. That kind of thing is really valuable to me. Some good feedback on literary journals out there that I can read in relation to short stories and literary fiction, and just basically general support. So that is it. That is all. I'm going to tag anybody who watches this video and who is a member of AuthorTube or a member of BookTube who writes and wants to take part. Keep reading, keep writing, keep reviewing. Bye now.